Bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sparrows. Here with the crew, we have a special guest tonight. If you may not have noticed, the Admiral himself, Cal Jester Ronan, leader of the Sparrows, founder of the Crimson Sparrows organization after it fell once before in the past. How you doing, Captain? Excuse me,
Uh,
Admiral.
yeah, Admiral, come on, that's the old days. I'm doing fine, although I lost one of my closest mates, and I'm not happy about that now. I'm not. But
Oh no, now we've had another one join, and now I'm out of
see
position.
what happens when I'm not in charge. God damn it, I can't be on top of every damn ship.
Of course you can't. So, audience, while we go to fix this, because now somebody who dropped here. Oh, there we go. Make sure he's back. Okay, good. That was weird. I was like, oh no! Immediately upon. Never mind. Anyway, we're here. We're here. We're all alive, and we're gonna continue from this point on. So,
This is not the Zephyr, so things going wrong is not my fault anymore.
not
Just
your
wanna
fault
add
this
that.
time. We are going to go around here through our crew. We are going to talk to everybody a little bit and ask them what they think about their admiral showing up here shortly. They're on a pretty risky mission. They've just got their ship upgraded. They've collected a bunch of materials. They've loaded some cannons on. Their security officers in some serious gear. We've got a new face in the crowd here. A couple of them. Well, I mean, Donnie's not technically a new face, but he is to the crew here. And now Captain Leifei, en route to Myocenes, saw a rather serious blockade there. So, Beatrix, what are your thoughts at the moment?
Hello, everybody. Gwen McSherry playing Beatrix. She is actually super psyched to see the Admiral. She loves his stories and will just sit enwrapped for hours. So she's looking forward to that.
All right, Bee's looking forward to seeing the Admiral. Of course, it'll still be a surprise to all of your characters as soon as you see what happens. But Amos, what about you? What does Amos think about the idea of seeing the Admiral?
Amos thinks the Admiral shouldn't be bothering themselves with small people like them. However, they are incredibly honored and are following protocol to the letter. Can I stop saluting, sir? My arm is getting tired.
It's 5 more minutes. It's an endurance test.
All right.
Audible Lesrin grumbling.
He'll just sit there and keep his hand to his forehead forever.
It's a security officer standard. They should have briefed you on it.
On Clarion, what are your thoughts?
I don't know if Clarion has met the Admiral before. So based on her experience with the Sparrows and at Saberhold, she thinks he runs a pretty loose operation and will reserve judgment of him personally until she meets him.
All right. Well, then we'll have to see what happens there when he arrives. So, how about your thoughts? A brand new individual who's never met the Admiral and doesn't really know that much about him other than maybe stuff you might have studied.
Hey everybody, I'm TT Benjamin. I'll be playing the Reverend Parson Roland St. James September. New to the crew as of last session. Roland has never met the Admiral. In addition, he has done zero study on piracy or the pirate life because he is very much a tourist. That being said, someone this important crossing Roland's path, must be a sign. Must be on the path.
Must be.
Part of the path, not a cult.
Not.
Oh no, is it one of these fate people again? Oh god.
You dealt with so many of those before.
Oh god, no, not one of those fates. Oh boy. Oh, it's giving me flashbacks. Shit.
And Leifei, your thoughts, please.
Well, Leifei thinks that perhaps there's a reckoning coming with the Admiral coming to meet their crew. He's in charge now, and that's not good.
Reckoning indeed. So, might as well just jump straight into it. So we see the inky blackness of space. We see the bright glowing orbs light reflected off of the multiple moons of Myocenes, as well as the massive planet itself, kind of harboring a semi-bluish green tint, as it is quite often covered in storms and rain and water. There's a lot, we'll say. A lot of Silver Shield vessels moving and ringing the world, currently putting it on a pretty consistent lockdown. They have cordoned off Myocenes entirely due to an uprising that's occurring there, deeming it unfit for travel in and out, and only official business is allowed to travel through. So, we see the crew of the almost said Zephyr now because Sinan's here. The crew of the Archimedes standing at their posts, some of them on the deck. Amos is getting the armor fitted as best he can by Nohu. And of course, everybody else is moving into wherever it is that they work. So, Captain Lefe, where do you put Donnie? Where do you put Roland St. James? What is their position on the ship right now?
He's having them run amok over the ship to see where they fit best.
Like a puzzle piece? It's like you fit, are you good in this corner, standing with your elbow at a weird angle, or?
Like, if they come to ask him what are they doing or things like that, he's essentially just shifting them. You're gunnery now. You're the cookie now. Now you're working navigation, so I don't have to worry about any of that.
So, who are you making your currently first mate?
Woof. B.
Yes, sir, Captain.
So B is your first mate, and the navigator.
We're trying to fill out roles on the ship right now. It's sort of a managerial sort of thing going on.
So so a little bit of everything. You're gonna dual
Sometimes
task
we
for
have
a
to
while.
wear multiple hats.
You'll
Say
find
we're having
that Roland is actually kind of vaguely good at everything, like sort of jack of all trades style, picks things up really quickly.
So he has his one nav right now, seeing how good that is.
So Roland is leading you on the path to wherever it is you're going. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, this is the path, but not his path just yet. B has already made the route.
So, as you have been on said path and you've approached Myocenes, you get to a point where you are far enough out that you haven't gotten into like hailing range with the security forces surrounding the world, but you are close enough where everybody can see everyone else. You're kind of parked there with your crew on deck to discuss your method of approach, attack, whatever it is that you wish to do. Amos had come on board the ship, by the way, earlier. You haven't had time to really address that, and had a couple of cyclic cannons installed on the deck. You don't know where he got the money from, because he didn't bother to take it from anyone else.
I mean, he could be a secret millionaire.
So, Captain Lefe, what are your orders? What do you say? How do you start this conversation before you move into dangerous territory?
Those new fancy cannons prepped. Amos?
Hmm?
The new cannons prepped.
Completely operational.
Perfect. And the navigations? We're on the right path.
I suppose we're fine. That said, there are obstacles ahead, but you've seen that.
Oh, there always are.
Are you planning
So-
on shooting your way through, Captain?
Not me personally, no. If we can sneak by, that's always how I've done things.
Roland,
But the
give me
cannons are a nice touch.
Give me an aware roll as you're standing there at the nav console and looking out over using the telescopic devices that you have. With a 6, you're not gonna see Jack.
We'll let it ride.
Okay. So as you're standing there and speaking to everybody, so you have everybody board the deck. Do you want to look for? As captain, are you seeking input on what direction you should take, or are you just going to give people some orders and have them try to accomplish that?
I'm giving them orders, especially the new hire right now, to see what he does with very simple orders.
So far, he's doing moderately well with navigation. You made it to this area of Myosinus without having to backtrack or change things. B has recognized that Roland seems capable. When it comes to medical checkups, did you provide one of those, Clarion, for the new crewmates?
Of course.
You would have found Roland in exceptional health, actually almost supernaturally so. And Donnie? Well, Donnie's a strange case. It seems like he's been through so many different explosions that he's like half machine now. That's
Fascinating. I believe I could draw many insights from studying you further. However, I will let you do your self-appointed job.
Thank you for that. I, of course, could go on and on about many of the exploits that me and the old captain went on, but that's for another time.
Of course.
Since nobody noticed until this very moment, Captain, as you stare there on the deck and you kind of look up, you see a peacekeeper vessel moving closer to you. It seems to have spotted you and has flown in this direction. Coming over to hail you, you hear over the comms a feminine voice, someone relatively gnome-like, most likely.
You there. Ship in the distance. Can I ask you what you're doing here?
Ty, can I get a very quick, sudden refresher? Peacekeepers don't like us, correct? I think they keep the peace from us, right?
From you? Yes. The Peacekeepers are the militant force, the militant army of the Empire that basically, it's a military police force all over the entire Aether sphere.
Oh, yeah. Shipping in. I didn't know peacekeepers were all this way out here.
Well, Myosinus is currently under quarantine, so that's kind of how things are gonna be. You will have to provide us with your docking manifest, and all the correct paperwork and all that blah 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 blah. I'm bullshitting you. Just hold on a second. We're gonna land or connect with you here in a second. We're gonna dock, and you're gonna sit still, and you're gonna like it.
Certainly.
Should I start working on the forged documents? I did so well with the mine.
You've been working on those, haven't you?
Yeah, they're right over there. You
I
want to see
wasn't
them?
expecting this so early. But...
As the Peacekeeper vessel approaches, getting closer and closer, dwarfing your ship, it's about 3 times the size of yours, as a matter of fact, you notice something strange. Half of the ship begins to change shape. And as it alters and switches, half of the ship, facing the backside towards where Myosinus is, seems to be a Peacekeeper vessel. The other half of the ship is the Admiral's vessel, the Zephyr.
It's the Zephyr, Levy. It's wow.
And as you're watching it, you see a chest exposed orc standing there on the prow with like wind whipping through the hair and the locks that they've got, approaching you. And you see the first in command standing and driving the ship. You see a bunch of other crewmates off to the back, just kind of waiting and looking at all of you. As Cal Jester Ronan, or Cal Jester McCree, however he wants to go by, makes his way to your ship. The docking ramp comes down, and you see a red carpet just...
Who was the one who did the whole contact thing with them?
It was Marcia.
Ah! Marcia, you got them good. You got them good. Oh no, the peacekeepers.
They were shaking a little bit. I saw it.
Black whiskers. Lower the thing, the ramp.
You
What?
see him
I
just like rush
barely
over.
know.
He waves
You
at
need
you
to-
a little bit in Skixen or Skeen because you still have never learned it, and then he just slams the ramp down.
You need to speak slower. My skin is still a little rusty. What's this? Never mind. Admiral on deck.
And then the Admiral walks onto the Archimedes, where you're all standing on deck at the moment. You see this crew. I want you to describe for the Admiral what he sees in you, your personality, if you can kind of give the little essence of what your personality is, and how you look on his approach. So we'll start off with the captain, Leifei.
Leifei looks like a sort of tall humanoid man with a bandana on his head and earphones blocked in. He's got white hair that leans down over his face, and that sort of symbol that runs over his head. It glows a light bit. His body is covered with robes and cloth, and he seems to be missing a weapon but for Cutlass's sword on his back.
He's got Cutlass's trademark saber, yes.
He seems like he'd be normally calm, but right now is very serious with Admiral on board.
His face is deadpan. B, what do we see?
You see what appears to be a 12-year-old in very poofy sleeves with a vest, looking as piratey as she can, but at the same time extremely excited to see you, and kind of doing that 12-year-old bounce, and occasionally she'll just clap a lot, and she's biggest grin, and oh.
So B has been 12 for at least 20 years that you know of, Cal.
Yeah.
Never seems to age from that point. Amos, what do we see?
We see a large, heavily armored, dragonoid-like creature standing over by the cannons. They take off the face mask of the armor, because they're still getting used to it, to reveal a pair of yellow eyes, just piercing gaze, and bags underneath them, scars on their lips from whatever sort of monstrosity they tried to catch. Oh, they look kind of intimidating. Then they just give a friendly wave.
Clarion?
Clarion is a shiny automaton of average height and female presentation. She has a head plate that has molded metal hair on it, in a lovely shade of auburn with piercing green eyes, and she's actually looking at the other boat and trying to figure out how that illusion is working. And just briefly gives the Admiral a little salute, and then goes back to studying the other boat.
I would have to say that you are familiar with the Zephyr. The Clockwork Zephyr is a pinnacle of technology within the Aethersphere. It is a ship that can transform itself using mechanical objects, or it basically just uses mechanics to do it. The whole thing acts like a puzzle that transfigures into different shapes.
Excellent. She's still studying it.
Well, yes. I mean, it would be fascinating.
Yes.
And
I mean,
finally,
do you want a tour?
Roland.
Actually, I would greatly appreciate a tour.
Roland, how much have you studied the pirates before you decided to join them when it comes to who's who in the Aethersphere?
The extent of Roland's knowledge is go to Saberhold. Figure it out there.
Okay. Give me a magical roll.
I almost reached for a d20. Why would I do that? I have this whole thing over here.
So
Yeah.
an 11 is enough to get something. So when you walked into and when you were outside of Sparrow's headquarters on Saberhold, you had a pull feeling, something familiar. As you stand there before this individual upon the deck, you immediately feel that warmth, that radiant, that light emanating from him, and you feel you are of kindred spirit.
So Roland is an immaculate-looking traveler with kind of like a weirdly unnerving symmetrical face and super, super pale blue eyes, like almost like you can't differentiate the iris. He's wearing just a traveler's duster over top, literally a priest's frock. And he kind of looks at the Admiral, and it's clear he's sort of saluting like he saw everyone else do it and is just sort of going with it. But there's there's not the usual greenhorn look of fear in his eyes.
Cal, give me an aware roll.
Ooh, let's see. Oh boy. Oh,
Fail
those
it.
stats.
Fail it. You could never. Oh no.
19. Cal, as you're standing there, you look at this strange figure nearby, and you feel an energy emitted from him, and you feel you're of kindred spirit, like I said to him before. But Cal, you recognize you have the same parentage from one side.
Wait, what? That's... Well, what do you mean? Like, which side? My ethereal side?
Yep.
You mean...
Yep.
What's the name?
Jack.
Cypher.
Yep. Cypher.
What? Shit! Oh, wait. We will visit that in a second. So, yeah. I'm gonna give a quick eye, very confused, and just quickly recover my bravado and like the old Admiral show.
Yes.
I'm gonna be like, attention! Come on, so over! What are we, the Empire? Come on now, we're the Sparrows. This is we're all a jolly old family. You don't all have to do that. Come on, just relax. We what's gonna happen? Silver Shield, what were they called? The Peacekeepers are gonna come and suddenly catch us with our pants down. Yeah, we'll see them from a mile away. But well, Mary, look at this. This is interesting. It's kind of reminding me of the old Zephyr crew.
You hear some of your other crew laugh.
Actually, I gotta say, from what I hear, it seems like their track record is also a little bit similar until we got our edge, don't you think?
Donnie off to the side is like,
Admiral, yeah. Things about this crew seem a little, similar? Yeah.
Come on, I've had your captain's joke. So, what the fuck happened?
Sir, made contact with Sil artifact. Sil artifact found its way into the engine. Dislodged. We have currently purged the ship, and we're currently on our way to Myoceus to finish the job and put one in, and I quote, the bitch's chest. Encountered hostile entity known as... Painted line. Dealt with hostile entity known as... Painted line. Got food. On our way to Myoceus to finish the job.
And then
report.
we're going to burn the Empire down.
Yes, so I like that one. Oh, wait, my light's fallen down. Let me just try to recover that. All right, there we go. Stay there, you little bastard. Well, yeah, burn the Empire. I like that idea. That's my guessing. Oh, wait, I know you, don't I?
Yes, Admiral. I was there when you developed the 3 rules, and I keep telling everybody what the 3 rules are. See a sill, slay a sill. Never, ever, ever mention the name that starts with a K and ends in the A, because that's just a bad word. And loot, 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 loot.
Yes! See, you all sometimes mock me with that second one, but see, some people get it. So, yeah, what about that old SIL thing I heard about? After all those things we've been telling you all, you trusted SIL technologies is what I hear.
Well, I mean, we slayed her eventually, and now we're going to finish it. So see, we're still slaying her.
Slaying. Usually, in my experience, you either slay or not. It's
in progress.
Okay.
In our defense, sir, we weren't aware that engineering was out of their gourd and decided to introduce the Sil artifact directly into the engine.
I mean,
Although,
Admiral...
to be fair to Red Iron, that event did allow us to escape rather expeditiously from the situation which we were in.
That's supposed to be it.
Yes, I heard about the loss, by the way. Respect to our fallen brothers and sisters and our siblings.
Admiral, we have to give them, some modicum of faith in what's occurring. You have to know we tried killing Sil, and the Sil still kept coming back. We've had to kill them multiple times. That's...
Oh my god! The amount of sleepless nights I have spent literally debugging my hammock before going in, and I'm not talking about normal bugs, but actually sifting through food. Do you know what it's like to sift through mashed potatoes with a toothpick to look for a teeny tiny little bug racing around? And oh my god, don't even get me started about the Eternals that are on this ship. Holds up toaster. This thing is alive!
Rooting around for bugs in your mashed potatoes are practically a rite of passage in where I come from.
Also, did you see my cool new scars?
Oh, wow, look at him. It's very impressive. Oh, but I want to hear the story behind that. I want to go back to the toaster. Wait, what do you mean? Is that toaster alive? Do I see anything?
Yeah.
Give me a magical roll.
What?
Give me a magical roll.
Ooh, can I do one too?
Certainly.
Yes!
I am threatening the Admiral with a toaster. My life has completely gone off the rails.
Oh, critical failure from Roland.
No!
Roland, your two choices are: do you accidentally destroy the toaster in some way? Or are you incapable of seeing the Eternals that are on this ship right now?
This is the worst choice anyone has ever made me make in the history of roleplay.
There's an ace from Annika to
Says the
Roland.
person who chose to blow up his own character.
I mean, that
That was dope as hell. This is just tragic.
Roland, you did get a reroll from Annika in the audience, though. So
Thanks,
you don't have to
Annika.
have
Appreciate you.
Don't have to have a critical fail.
All right, let's toss this one again. Good God.
Cal, you sense something from the toaster, but you can't currently see it. Roland, you do see sparks and the sentience of something that is housed within said toaster.
Roland just notes it, but otherwise does not move.
I mean, our old food did try to kill us all the time, but that was because, our chef was from Rulo. This is you guys that managed to
You have a
one up
problem
it.
with Rulo food, sir.
Oh, I don't have a problem with Rulo food. I mean,
Okay.
I do when it tries to eat me, but that's a different story. Or when it
That's
tries
my
to
Oceanus
poison me.
food, sir.
Well, I guess the cuisine changed since I was this level, maybe. I'm assuming with that you having Cutlass, you're the new interim captain.
Interim captain, yeah. Fray, I'm first mate.
Oh, I see.
Was.
Right. Wait. Now is he the captain? Is Donnie the captain? I'm trying to. Sorry,
Donnie's supposed to be working at the at Saberhold right now. He's here on other reasons. He came to make sure and review their performance, but he hasn't told you that yet.
Wait, Donnie, what the hell are you doing here?
I hoped you weren't gonna ask that.
Well, I did. So spit it out.
Fine. I was going to make sure, since you weren't there at the time, that each and every one of them was capable of performing up to Sparrow's expectations, and I figured the best way to do that would be in person. So I shut down the recruitment office temporarily until we can find someone to take over when I come back. But we're gonna head down to Myosinus. They said they were gonna fight some Syl there, so I was gonna help with that.
Good. I like that. And congratulations, new Captain Leafy. It is.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice thing in it, Ed. By the way, do I know anything about the painted lion? Whatever that is.
Yes, you absolutely do. The Painted Lion was one of the Empire's, or is one of the Empire's trained DAD hounds. They are a bounty hunter and a tracker that finds individuals with interest that are of interest to the Empire, and has done it very successfully. Their household is one of the main ones that does that.
Fuck, mate, you're pissed off the painted lion or whatever that pretentious name was already. Oh, you guys are.
Exploded is more accurate.
She came to hunt us, and Red Iron killed her, so it was cool.
There was nothing
Herself
left. We
in the
tried.
process.
Base what?
There is nothing left. We looked. I would have wanted to get that sniper rifle in my arms.
Well, maybe if they survive this Sylph thing, we should give this crew a bit of a bonus, don't you think? Muriel and Black Whiskers, where you at?
Black Whiskers just starts nodding from the side.
that in Skeen apparently means yes. By the way, it's a weird language, so but yeah, so
I know ski.
going to my Aeneas to fight Sil. Well, it's a good thing we all came across you lot, because we were on another crazy journey to Silver Shield. But while we're at it, maybe we can give you all a little bit of help getting there.
Sir, I stuffed a geriatric leatherback turtle with a potions machine inside of a barrel as a dinosaur. Define crazy.
Well, now I'm seeing this toaster. That is a creepy toaster. Whoa, look
His
at that.
name's Barnabas, and he's my friend.
While this conversation is happening, Clarion signs in Skeen, is it?
Skeen, yeah.
Signs in Skeen to the rat folk. Is he normally this rude? Referring to the admiral.
Yeah, all the time.
I apologize.
It's all right. He
And
has
I
a good
feel for
heart. He
you.
just has bad communication skills.
No, we mess with each other. I mess with him. He calls me crazy, and that I'm out to get him. I understand a little bit of Skinner, I'm assuming, at this point.
Little bit.
He's so good, isn't it? Yes, it is. This guy. Wait, my earphones fell. Just to let me pick that up. Oh no. Sorry, I just get this thing from the void thing. Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, let us help you all to get there, and after that, we'll mourn our fallen comrades and maybe get a. Listen to Beatrix there. Don't trust that damn Sil.
I could have told you
Rule
that.
number one.
So,
All right.
should we?
So,
Yep.
the Admiral,
Get this.
yes, wants to get the show on the road and see if he can help you get through the blockade. You assume it's because, or he's going to be able to do it because he's using what looks like a peacekeeper vessel. So we're gonna see how that works out here in a second. But do any of you say anything before he leaves?
Or I want to
Actually-
do something, but that's yeah.
Well, you can, of course.
I would like to report that one of our crew members is currently a brain in the jar. If my bonus could include a more advanced medical facility, perhaps one using the same technology that you have aboard your ship to shapeshift, that would be incredibly useful, and I could construct him a new body.
Collins could be a shape-shifting bee.
I do
Should
not
I-
suggest that Collins is able to shapeshift. I wish for Medbay to be able to shapeshift.
Oh, never mind.
So give it that fella the Donny experience, I see. Yeah, that's my defined thinking there. Oh, right. We'll take care of that, won't we, Mariel and all the crew? Right?
Yeah. We'll see what we
That's
can do.
all.
But
Look out for the
Captain
Sparrows.
Muriel comes over to you and like taps you on the side and goes, Cal,
Yes.
that technology was created by Lionel. He's not in the Aether sphere anymore.
Well, we still can use it, can't we?
I guess
we
they
have
could-
remnants.
they could use our medbay maybe, but
Yeah, give that jar over here. We'll figure something out.
As
don't
the
think
medical officer in charge of Collins's well-being, I would request that I be there when the operation is performed.
See, Lionel, it said we now have this fella.
no. All right, but I mean, do we have time for a multiple?
Oh,
It's later
now.
with the bonus, right?
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. We can house you on here later. Yeah, sure.
Right.
Excellent. I look forward to collaborating with you all.
Good thinking, Clarion. Looking forward to collaborating with you too, fellow Sparrow and Comrade. Yes, I think the security officer there that's all very still was trying to say something.
Sir, can I speak to you in private mentally?
Sure. Yes, go ahead.
And instantly you have an Amos in your skull.
Yes.
There is a private matter I'd like to see to. I'm going to give you a name, and I want you to get them figure out if they're still wanted, if they're not, reinstated with the university.
Sure, can you do that? Who's the person?
Last name Nosendi, first initial A. Could you very quietly just get a sort of information on this sort of thing? What this individual is doing, where they are, if they're wanted, if so, for what?
Sure, but why all the secrecy?
He's a high valued asset. At least I think he's high value.
I value for the Sparrows or for you personally, Amos?
I heard he got chained to the ground and fought off waves after waves of animals and combatants.
Oh, wow. Well, that is Sparrows. All right. Oh, we'll take care. We'll look into that. I still don't understand why you don't want your crew to find this out, but yeah, we'll check it out. Can I do that right now, or does that need more resources?
That would need
Voice
some
in
more
the sky.
time. I mean, that's on Avalon, and you're nowhere near Avalon.
Yeah, I'd have to go all the way to Avalon, but we got this crazy thing in Silver Shield going. Apparently, something about machine gods and shit. We'll figure that out.
Excuse me, what? It spreads?
What spreads?
The machine gun.
Oh, I mean, it's a god. I suppose maybe you could do that.
A machine god? Is that... Would someone like to elucidate me?
Can they hear the entire conversation? Can everyone hear the entire conversation?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was out loud. My bad.
No, I would have said the last piece out loud. I'll do it.
Loud.
I got it. But wait, what do I know about the machine god? I know other characters I play know about the machine god, but what would Cal know about the machine god?
From things that you've actually heard from your mother, there is an entity calling itself the machine god that seems to operate beneath the soil of Silvershield. That's really the big part of it. There was an individual that now calls himself the Watcher, Balaran, that seems to have some sort of intricate tie to the machine god. And you're actually headed to Silvershield to see if the rumors of a bunch of machine creating automatic factories exist that you could use.
Yeah, it's nothing. We're just gonna check out a rumor. It's it's a crazy rumor, but we'll see what's up. I don't know about spreading. It's a machine. I don't know. It's probably in place.
Admiral, it is my experience that gods are not rumors, sir.
Sylvia told us about the machine god. Wellzap was, I guess, kind of possessing me, and we were fighting, and I got the scars. But the machine god was here.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. Maybe
Was
we
it?
should
I
note
thought that was a
for the whole thing.
Sylvia ruse.
Yep.
Don't trust those. Or if they do all kinds of tricking your head, I would have stories that would make you go crazy. Just break off Sylvia's the Syl, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the one we're
Just-
slaying.
Yeah, just break off their horns and stab them with it. That's what I did. Also,
Ooh.
say a corny joke while doing so. It really pisses them off, and their final moments very satisfying. But before I go,
Do
I
my
want
best to shuck those cobs.
Yes, there we go. That's the Sparrow way, in it. You there? I want to have a quick word with you, pointing out to the person that I might share my parentage. Apparently,
With Roland.
Roland. Yes.
So the Admiral singles you out, Roland, and steps aside with you.
Roland accepts the aside. Yes, sir.
So, what's your old deal? This is the first time I'm hearing, seeing you, under our ranks. Just want to know, the Sparrows. So, what's your story?
Why, I'm new.
I've gathered that. That's why I'm and
Oh, you want the... I'm
Yes.
from Avalon. Some of the harder parts of Avalon.
I see.
Came up in the church. Shows the symbol of the... Damn it, I keep forgetting the damn name of the
Divine
damn church.
inspiration.
Came up under the divine inspiration, but not part of them anymore.
Do I know anything about this divine inspiration?
Give me
Voice in the
a
sky.
brains roll, Cal. Religions you're not usually that far up on, but we'll see what you know.
But I was in religious orphanages when I was a kid.
That's true.
Oh,
That is
we might
true.
have crossed paths. If he's from Avalon, I guess.
Yep, he is.
Oh.
That is a 16. So yeah, the divine inspiration is I guess a smaller church. They're not like extremely widespread, but they're a group that believes that Aether itself drives and motivates, has goals, and if you can but find what those are, if you can but listen, if you can but feel them, you will find this divine inspiration, and it will lead you down the path to righteousness, to whatever it is that your ultimate destiny, what your fate is.
Oh wow! But this, I mean, is that kind of similar to what we went through in Zephyr? I don't know about that, but interesting. That sounds like a.
If divine inspiration is a real thing, you definitely followed it a bit on your adventures.
That's a interesting environment to grow up in. Do you know who are your parents, for example? You know, just general screenings questions. You don't mind, right? It's protocol.
Roland shrugs and just like untucks his ears.
He's an
and
elf.
the 2 elven ears pop out. And, well, my father is, we'll say, unknown.
And the other side?
That's these here. My mother.
And who are they? Did your mother ever talked about your father? Again, just protocol, yeah.
Yes, quite often, in fact.
Why don't you share the information? Just, yeah.
Well, because I don't want to.
Oh, I see. Wow, one of those. I like he's keeping the cards close to your chest. Do I know for sure that he's is this just like a feeling?
With the way that you feel a kindred spirit very strongly. And you can't help but see some resemblances between some of the features Roland has and some of the features you have. So there's something about that makes you feel like that's the case, that you are related in some way. As he stands there and pulls his shades off and looks in front of you, by the way, Roland, you can see his eyes glowing with an inner luminance similar to yours.
I'm gonna like amplify that if I can as a little signal to see.
Okay, his eyes begin glowing brighter, and you can feel a warmth radiating off of him.
Roland just takes like a gentle hand and sort of cups it around the Admiral's neck. Not like that, but like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
just barely.
Just sort of under the jaw, and then like gets like really close and asks very sincerely, "When was the last time you heard his voice?"
I mean, that was quite a long time ago before he died. His second death.
Sorry, fucking Mass Game just got the funniest meme in the Discord. And it really cracked me.
If you keep doing that, I think the fellas are gonna misunderstand. By the way, so
yeah, it's been a long time for me too.
What you've heard him like how long?
I was pretty young then.
Decades ago.
And I age very slowly, sir.
Interesting. Well, it seems like we share more than what's the word? Career choice. Interesting. I wanna very curious, but I think we're running out of time. But if this was the first time you were hearing about his loss, sorry for our loss and your loss, and that
we all felt it.
We died doing a lot. Wait. Oh God, he's no, it's all good. It's all good. Seeing Amos pointing a gun. It's protocol new. We're testing it out. Probably not going to keep it up. Yeah.
The Reverend casts like a.
Does this involve your eyes glowing?
Oh, the rest of you saw that. It was more. No, that just sometimes happens when I am. Oh look! It's peacekeepers. We should start to get this whole thing going.
As Cal points out to the side, calling for peacekeepers as a diversionary tactic, you can't help but notice there are peacekeeper ships now moving in this direction, as your peacekeeper ship has been parked here for an inordinate amount of time, and they're starting to get curious what's going on.
That's convenient. No, it doesn't involve me. I just let's go. Yeah, oh boy.
We need to lie real quick.
We can claim that we're DAD agents here on... No, that wouldn't work. We could claim that we're actually mercenaries hired in order to see to the planet, because we clearly have the paperwork for that. Looks at B.
B, have you been forging papers furiously still while standing there?
Oh yes.
Under the
Crayons
company
in full
name of Heck und Gosh Darn, DORN, 2 N's.
B, give me a brains or aware roll, your choice, as you attempt this forgery. So, the good admiral and crew will be providing you with an escort in the vessel, and your alibi or your mission statement that is being printed up here now will help you get past this first checkpoint. So, is there anything you say as your final words as you head back to the ship to head off there, Cal?
So last words. Follow the 3 rules that Beatrix mentioned. Don't trust them damn Sil, and we're all mourning Cutlass. Don't get another one killed because that would just suck. Oh my god, I couldn't warn him. That was a big loss.
I am trying my best to preserve everyone's life. They seem to keep flinging themselves at danger, though.
Yeah.
I have absolutely
Sparrows
no
do that.
idea what you're referring to, Admiral.
Well, this happens sometimes. Oh, so yeah, don't trust the Sil. Also, if you find yourself in a Sil prison or something, don't trust brain wiping aliens. They might seem nice at first and make you all happy and like each other, but they're sort of all a lie. Just like each other instead, just naturally.
Yeah.
Yes,
Jackal
sir.
knows exactly what they're talking about. Amos does not.
Strangely specific advice, Admiral.
Yes, and what else? Also,
So, Leifei, as he speaks that of brain-wiping aliens, the very first
I
thing
know
that comes to
exactly who he's
mind.
talking about.
Yep. And I don't think at this point you recognize the Admiral isn't aware that Eukerba has now started to spread across the Aether Sphere.
what is spreading around the Aether Sphere?
You remember those
giant
aliens you
starfish
let
in
loose
space.
on Eris?
Yeah.
They have grown up and are now moving all over the place.
Would I know that? Oh, no.
Maybe not yet.
Been
Oh,
before.
boy.
Never again.
Yes. I don't know that information. I'm gonna just throw it out. Yeah. So don't do that. And if you do it, make sure you kill it before it jumps down a giant tunnel to spread somewhere. Oh God, we need to check up on that. Mario, make a note. We need to check up on that.
Yeah.
All right. See you
Of
all.
course. All right, so we see the Admiral turn, walk up his carpet, it rolls back up the stairs, the gangplank comes back up, and the ship on this side, again, starts clittering and clacking and changing back into a full peacekeeper vessel. And you see them all set up inside of, like, different suits and outfits to attempt to look like peacekeepers as they begin escorting you towards the forces that are part of the barricade, the blockade. How do you all react as you begin following in after the Admiral?
V is going to ace her aware roll because
Probably a
she
good
doesn't
idea.
think a 9's going to work.
9's not great. Twelve's better. All right, so B sits there and works on this
Can Amos
falsified
assist?
documents. And Amos, yeah, give me a brains roll to see if you can help B and increase that roll any.
Well,
Nat
this is
20.
gonna go well.
Amos, as she is forging mercenary documents, you know exactly how they're supposed to be designed, or you can create a forgery that is going to 100% pass muster without a problem. So what this will do is, either this is perfect and it can't be seen as false, or in the future, you'll have bonuses to making rolls on forging additional documentation.
Amos doesn't forge. Amos is, however, going to sit down and explain to her in sort of like Grimm's fairy tale fashion, how to write out a convincing report and even throw in a little bit about one of the missions they went on. I'm just going to say it was a sting operation where they were trying to catch a bunch of cabbage thieves.
Cabbages.
My cabbages!
And they were banned from using lard in the mess hall permanently by
Alright.
order of the Emperor.
So with this roll, you do forge perfect documentation that will get you by. And we actually see the Admiral's vessel pull up alongside, some statements go out to the other side, to the other peacekeeper officers that are nearby, and some of them come to your ship, they dock, they get a hold of your paperwork, looking over it. They recognize that it is flawless, and they allow you through the blockade. So, there ends our special guest appearance by the Admiral. So, yeah, thanks for popping in here, Sinan. Thanks for being part of this.
Well, thanks for having me. It was really nice playing Cal for a moment again. Even if it was like, oh god, I forgot what to do. I need to be slightly jerkish, but like in a nice way. I think. Or wait, did I transform my character in a way where he's like a little nicer? I don't know. We'll just wing it.
Of
Is that
course.
how you play Cal?
What?
Isn't that how you play Cal? Just wing it.
Well, yeah.
That's
true, actually. Yeah, fair. So I guess I did play him right. But yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, everybody. We're going to pop
enjoyed the
into
rest of the
an
game.
early break then, and we will be back in about 10 minutes, where we will see what happens on the other side of the blockade as they head down to Myocene. So thank you very much for being here tonight, and we'll see you again soon. Be right back.
See ya.
Hello, everyone. We are back here with the Sparrows team. With no who this time. Unfortunately, missed the Admiral's appearance, but you know, life be like that sometimes. So, you have all made it past the first checkpoint. You have flown beyond the quarantine zone outside of Myocene. And we see the vessel just slipping past them finally. All of you kind of breathing a sigh of relief after you've been holding on to a lot of tension and stress. The Admiral's ship nearby, you can see Cal just like salute and then wave at everybody as the vessel turns and flies away from all of you. And now it's just you on the deck and the orb that is Myocene up ahead, and you have to go within the atmosphere. Tell me, how many of you have been on many multi-world or extra world planar trips before and have gone back down? So everybody except for Clarion? I mean, you've left.
No,
the world
I've
before.
planet hopped.
Okay. All right. So as you get closer to the atmosphere, it's important that you travel at a low enough rate not to mess with your shields or your ship, and you have to engage those giant roto thrusters on the side of your vessel that you have not looked at or checked in a long time. So, go ahead, Amos.
Amos is probably going to rally Clarion and be like, we need to get these retro thrusters set up. It's been a while. Give me a hand here.
Of course. I suggest we have Nohu touch up the other one while we are working on this one.
Way ahead of you. And
you can check them, sure. But fixing them is going to require time if you find that there's anything wrong with them, as you are currently traveling straight towards the planet.
Well, if somebody had told me this was a problem earlier...
I mean, you had the engineers at Saberhold look over the vessel, of course.
And they didn't find anything with them and report it, or no?
No,
I'm
I
sure
mean, they
they'll be
gave you the
fine.
A-OK. I mean, you paid them bottom dollar, but they did get the job done.
Even with all the Amos nonsensicalese that we're not going to talk about, are you sure?
I mean, I asked multiple times, being the good GM that I am, what all you wanted to have done with your ship before you traveled, and making sure it's fit for planetary entrance was not on the list of things any of you talked about.
Okay,
I have
I'll
never
fi-
played this game before.
Look,
It's
I'll
all
finish
right,
my
it's all
plate.
right.
I don't know about everyone else, but I'll finish my plate before I go up to the table for seconds, Dad.
I mean,
Oh,
we'll see what
it's
happens. It's fine.
it's
It'll be
and
fine, I'm sure.
you know what? Yes, I'm sorry. I've been such a long-term member of this game, of this group specifically, and I guess the first week that I actually said that I was going to spend it repairing the ship, I just didn't include the thrusters on that week of repairs. I should have. It must have slipped. I'm sorry.
You were
My fault.
fixing-
We all die. Sorry.
You were fixing damage that existed on the ship. Nobody said that those were damaged, to be fair.
I mean, wouldn't
Scrap,
Amos have
what
given a
did you
report to engineering about everything, about the shots that we sustained on the sides?
Certainly, but your props never actually received any shots, so they should be fine. I'm just saying. Nobody's checked.
Didn't I specifically say that I was taking a look at the engine because it was one of the things that was damaged during the last fight?
Absolutely. The engine is on the back and the base of the ship. These props are on the side on the main deck. They stick off from the actual edge of the vessel. If you take a look at the vehicle here, you will see that there are large circular objects in 4 places around the vessel, and all of those are what give you your lift inside of an atmosphere rather than outside of it.
And
They
so
are not
the
attached to
engine,
the engine. I mean,
and
not
the
directly.
there's not like any sort of like signal that says, "Hey, these thrusters may be out of line, or maybe this one may be in need of maintenance." No,
Because
nothing like
Amos
that.
went in
you
and
don't
rewired
have-
everything during Sylvia.
You do not, unfortunately, have any sorts of layouts or reading devices or anything that measures this stuff because the previous engineer talked to the ship. Did not need this other stuff.
Valid.
That's a fair
Valid.
point.
Can we
So,
figure out if we're gonna die?
as you start flying towards the world, Clarion and Amos go to look at it. I think know who you're going to join just to make sure these props are going to turn on right when you get into the atmosphere. There are 4 of them nearby. Which ones are you going to check out first? Top left, top right, bottom right.
Let's say bottom left.
All right, bottom left. No, who starts heading over towards the smaller thruster on the front? And where do you go, Amos? Where do you go, Clarion?
God damn it, tight. Red Iron
Do you want us
is
to
still
stay as
out
a
there.
pair?
Yeah, definitely as a pair. Amos does the heavy lifting. Clarion does the intricate work.
All right.
Okay, then probably the bigger back right engine.
Okay, so you head down to the bottom right. So you were going to top left? Is that what you said, Nohu? Or bottom left?
Bottom left.
Bottom left and a bottom right. Okay. So as you both walk over that direction, and the ship keeps slowly being escorted by these peacekeeper officers that are making sure to deliver you into the atmosphere of Myosinus. Lefe, what do we see you doing up on the deck?
God's bless the peacekeepers.
Can you say that without having to swallow bile?
Oh no, I love them right now. They're fantastic. Keeping us all safe in the dangerous space around Myosinus.
And B, what are you doing? What do we see you up to at the moment?
B and Sepp are at the front of the ship, just watching the planet come towards them.
So you're standing on the prow in the same, well, right next to Roland, because that's where the navigation console is. Roland, your job is to make sure that all of these little currents, flows, and eddies that you happen to witness when it comes to atmosphere, when it comes to the aether ley lines that are traveling through the world. You can travel and follow all of these as navigator and keep Leifei driving true and steady and not crashing and burning. So as you're both standing up there staring off at the orb of the giant marble of Myosinus, have you ever been to Myosinus before, Roland?
Roland's been traveling a lot, but I don't think Myosinus is on the list.
First time trip here. Very first thing that you notice is that there is an acrid taste that you seem to have coming to you. It's more metaphysical than physical. Give me a magical roll. $19. As you're standing there staring at this world, getting closer and closer to it, as you're starting to get to the vestiges of the outside of the atmosphere, you distinctly hear screaming. You feel pain radiating from this world. You can feel that a terror happened here, something on grand scale unlike anything you've ever witnessed.
Roland looks over at Leifei. Brother Leifei, what exactly happened here?
What do you mean?
Something happened here. Something bad. Within, I'm not sure what the time frame is.
It was within your lifetime, maybe when you were young.
Within our
Lots of
lifetime,
bad
that's
things
for sure.
happened here, and some good things too.
Oh,
You might be talking about a long time ago, before the elves were shifted out. There's a cause in Myosinus about about their involvement with the elves, the halflings. You saw Skixin on board the ship with Cal, right?
yes, in fact, I did.
They were made from it.
A calamity here on Myosinus is responsible for the existence of the Skixin.
Yeah. You'll meet a lot down there.
I suppose that's not so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, while it is knowledge, it's not necessarily common knowledge, especially to someone who grew up on Avalon where they blot out these kinds of things. But, B, what do you know about Myosinus? You've been around a while. I mean, Clarion would know too, but you're currently busy. B, did you hear me? Are you gone?
I mean, she's been there several times. That's where we rescued Amos, and I think where we picked up Leifei too.
Does she know anything about the Haliphage?
So she probably knows at least a little.
Unfortunately, it looks like McSherry's having some connection problems, so hopefully that is resolved soon. But we'll come back to that. All right. So
September. Well, life is going to continue. It's a bit of a problem. See, he looks around for a second, but then stops. What else? I have a hard time saying anything about what they're dealing with down there, even if I've lived there for a long time. You'll have to see what happened here yourself.
I suppose that's why I'm aboard anyway.
It is why we are. Actually, what is going on? Aren't we supposed to have something happening to the side of the ship? I'm not an engineer, but...
To the side of the ship. So speaking of the side of the ship, let's have Nohu give us an aware roll as you're looking to see if you find anything wrong. with
Of
those
course.
engines. That is a 14. With a 14, you don't find anything amiss here. It should fire up appropriately.
All right, let's go over to the one to the other side.
So you start heading towards the one on the opposite end.
Mhm.
Roland. So Leifei had indicated that maybe the ship was supposed to be doing something. And give me a aware roll as you attempt to continue navigation. That is a 15. With a 15, so you are aware that in order to make an appropriate approach, your vessel needs to be facing in the right way. Rather than head on, you want to try to come in so that you're coming downward, so that the props, the engines, can give you enough lift to reverse your descent. If you go in nose first, you will just dive.
Brother Leifei, could you pitch up about 27 degrees?
Yeah.
Leifei, give us an agile roll as you attempt to put your ship into the appropriate position so that you can enter the atmosphere.
I've never failed one of these.
Never once. 17 does get you there. As the Peacekeeper ships stop at the edge of orbit and you begin basically starting your descent, you see flames begin licking up against the edge of the shielding, and you see the engines getting ready to kick on and provide the lift that they need. At this point, Amos and Clarion, give me aware rolls. Who's assisting? Amos, you're assisting Clarion?
Amos is assisting, yes.
All right. So give me an aware roll. Nat 20 with Clarion. Look at that. And Amos with the assist, getting a +3 to the roll, which is unnecessary, but you did an exceptional job. Clarion, 2 choices. Do you know how to make one quick repair to these engines in the future, allowing you to bypass having to roll forward entirely? Or do you find a problem?
She's looking for problems, so I think she finds the problem.
Okay. You recognize that this engine, when placed, when it was repaired by the crew before, that there is a wrench that happens to have been wedged down inside of it and is stuck at an angle that's holding open a small housing for some of the wiring that's there. You're sure that that's going to arc very quickly, and as you look up and you see the atmosphere and the clouds start zipping by and the engines go to kick on, you know what's about to happen. So you found the problem. How do you intend to fix it? And you have one action to do so.
Sheldon will very quickly extend his savior grapple hook.
Okay, to try to grab the
Yeah.
wrench. All right, Sheldon will be making a another roll, and needs to beat a 18 to reach this object with the grappling hook. $19. Grabs a hold of that, yanks it out, and you see the compartment is still open. The wiring is still exposed, but the metal parts are not attached to it. You do need to close that for security measures. You believe this will help. But recognizing how shoddy a job somebody did in this position, you now look back to the other engine, to the other prop, thinking
no.
maybe you should get to that too. Nohu, you did make it over to the other one on your side. Give us an aware roll as you attempt to see if this thing is operational and will work appropriately.
No, of course it will.
20. Nice. You see there are wires that have not been attached. They're on the bottom side of the actual housing for this. You'll have to actually hang out over the edge to reach them.
Should be easy enough. I'll just hang over the edge and let my trusty Nohu's third arm do the work.
All right, know whose third arm comes out on the end of the tail and attempts to repair the wiring. Give me another roll with third arm. You are attempting to match or beat a 15.
Is it the O roll? Other
Yes,
roll?
other roll. That is a 19. Third arm very quickly works on grandfather and fixes the problem. And the wiring is put back together. At that moment, the engines kick on, roaring to life. The props come on. You see lightning start to spark around the edges of these things. And now, Lei-Fei, you have to make a tough roll to hold on to the wheel as this thing starts very violently pulling back against you. Everybody else make an agile roll to remain on your feet appropriately. Lei-Fei got a 13.
Can Roland help with the tough roll?
Certainly.
Help, just like grab him, steady him.
You could if you were anywhere near him. He's at the wheel, and you're on the front of the ship. Holy cow! Hey Doyle, thank you for the 10 subs.
Whoa.
I'm
I
in.
guess for some reason I always thought Nav and Helm were next to each other, but okay.
I
Just do
I
agile.
did too, for some reason.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
the
I always
nav
thought they were kind of in the same
console-
place.
On the ship, the nav console is here. If you see the arrow point, and the wheel is up here. The helm is actually raised up on top of the medical bay, actually. So, that is a bad roll, a bad roll, a okay roll, an okay roll, an okay roll, and a good roll.
Can I help him with this health action?
He's not able to help from that distance, and neither are you at the moment. So with a 13, Lei-Fei, the vessel starts pulling against you pretty hard, and you kind of grab a hold of the wheel, and it gives you a little bit of go. So the Archimedes starts slipping back and forth just a little bit. A wobble begins as you're descending. With that wobble, Nohu, with a 13, you're able to wrap your tail around the securing. Man, that's so loud in my ear. I need to learn how to turn down the alert notifications. Anyway, you happen to grab hold of the railing around the edge of the ship with your tail, kind of plant your claws in the wood of the deck, and you're fine. B with a 7. Roland with a 4. We'll get back to you in a moment. Clarion, you and Amos are nearby, but Amos is super secure. He was already assisting you, and as everything just jolts, he puts his arm on your shoulder, you dig your feet into the ground, and neither one of you move. You're perfectly fine. B. Roland. Roland standing at the edge of that, looking over, and B just enwrapped with this roller coaster ride that starts to happen. The wind just whips around you. B starts floating up off the deck because of how light she is. Roland, you try to put your hand on her and you slip, and the two of you begin free falling above the deck of the ship.
We're flying!
Uh-oh.
My dear, I believe the path would intend you remain connected to the vessel. And then B gets an ace.
Suddenly, B, you have an ace as Roland uses their ability. And gets a worse roll. Oh, your statement takes her by surprise, and she smacks her forearm onto the railing and hurts it, and then spins sideways end over end, and is now free falling above the ship, yes, but also outside of it a little bit.
Clarion grappling hook.
There's an ace from
I'm on
Annika
it.
for B, by the way.
I will use that for sure.
All right, so go ahead and re-roll one more time. And, oh, that almost hit the same number that time. So B smacks her arm, spins end over end a little bit, puts out hands, and grabs a hold of Roland and pulls herself back onto the deck. Roland, you also come down next to her.
And Sheldon concerningly hovers around the both of them.
Sheldon just flies over to you, watches. At that point, the other engine, you see smoke begin rising out of it.
We should see to that.
The vessel starts spinning. Lei-Fei, you need to try to control this as best you can. Give me an agile roll, and you're looking for an 18 or higher to control the descent. If you get too low, you will be spiraling out of control.
Certainly. Now, I'll have to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
A certain question.
Sir.
Can I double up rolls?
Tell me what you mean.
He's both... Well, I'm going to ask. While maneuvering the ship, can he do both agile and magical?
Depending on what you're attempting to do. So, what is it that you're looking to try?
I want to make a centralized gravity on the ship.
Ooh.
Using space magic.
Okay. Well, do you have any benefits or bonuses for space magic at the moment? Just because of your...
A simple +1
Okay.
to my 0 magic.
Then this will be a chaos effect. How strong do you want to try to make this? 1, 2, or 3 applications of chaos?
2. We'll
2
do 2.
applications of chaos. So agile roll for the initial, try to control the ship, and then you'll create a gravity well with the second magical roll. With a 16, you didn't get an 18, but your gravity well could assist with that. Do you want to just lay it fate aside here, or are you going to use that 16 and re-roll it some way?
I've always let fate decide.
And we're all screwed up now. Leify gets a +1
I'm never
roll from
screwed
KM
up.
Steer. Fate's gonna decide. So we're going to have a magical roll now. And see if that works. Get higher than a 10 to have any success. That is going to
Certainly.
be chaos. There's an ace. That is a 15. That actually does put you outside of the reach of chaos. With 2 applications, you feel a weight pulling in towards where? Where's the gravity focused?
He's focusing the gravity well upon the... I'd say he's probably putting it on the engine, because he's a simple man.
So everything around the engine starts to pull towards it. All of you are like pushed into the floor, not only perpendicular to the world, but also now at a slight angle, standing tilted like you're in a music video. As you're all there aboard the ship, as more weight pulls you in that direction, you start hearing a clattering noise, and you hear people sliding down below and a bunch of scrap rattling around.
I hope this cook is much more okay with sudden movements.
Poor Connor.
Colin,
Does Roland know that Zep is a thing?
You had sensed that there's something more to Beatrix than what was there. There's something else there, but you didn't get a good enough roll to actually see or hear Zep.
Roland's just gonna kind of like grab B by her collars and just like pull her up and just say, "Who else is working with you? Quickly!"
What do you mean? The whole crew. We're
It's
a
not
crew.
just you in there.
It's just me in here now. I don't know what you mean.
Now.
I posted the same meme and it's funny again. Listen to me, this is a matter of life and death. I need you to understand that I can see that there is more to you than meets the eye. I need you to be straight with me now.
I'm always straight. I answer all of the questions. Most of the time.
Young lady, we are going to die.
No, we aren't.
Oh, and how do you know that?
Because it's not time.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, Zep says I'll never die, so, I need to just not get used to other people. It's cool.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Show yourself.
You call out Zeb. Give me a magical roll to see if you can force Zeb to reveal themselves to you. Holy shit.
dice tonight.
Oh,
Wow.
That's funny. Roland St. James. Selfishly, do you now have the ability to call into physical manifestation temporarily Eternals? Or do you have a modicum of strength over Zep in the future? giving you a +2 to all rolls against them.
No, I really like being able to just like yell at Eternals and make them show up. That is that's fantastic.
All right, so you can temporarily manifest Eternals with a roll like this in the future. So just put that in your notes. And you see an entity, a large, tumultuous semi-tornado, like appear in front of you, horned and majestic looking.
What?
I'm going to use my respect ability, which immediately makes me manifest as if I were of Zep's origin.
Wind Aether it is. Suddenly the wind starts whipping around. Roland's eyes change color into a semi-green color. And what do you do from there?
Zep, I have called you by name. We need your help now. Do you see what has transpired?
Yes, you're falling out of the sky.
That seems like something within your domain, isn't it?
Certainly. You know, you have a big mouth. But I will help you. Fine.
Zep then attempts to assist the ship in its descent. So, B, give me a magical roll at +6.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Can Amos knock out Roland?
Not
this is
from
done.
where you're at. You're all the way across the ship from him.
I mean, by the time it's all sorted and done, is Amos right behind Roland?
You can get up and start walking in that direction. We'll play that out as it happens. Right now, on the deck, you're kind of spinning. Gravity's pulling in weird directions. And, whoa! 28 from B. A massive a draft of wind catches the vessel, and it stops spinning, and then it begins to slow. Zep, standing there on the deck, kind of turns towards you.
There, I've caught your ship. Now you need to find a place to put it down.
Oh, I'm afraid that is not my parlance. You'll have to speak to the captain. But I appreciate
I would speak to the captain, except he can't see me or hear me. It is just you, me, and the girl.
The
And
girl,
Amos.
is it?
The bee.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Look, friend, I understand your nature. We are one in more ways than perhaps you understand.
I know
I
what you
appreciate-
are.
Oh, and what is that?
What is he, Zep?
He is in Cadus, like you.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh,
I
that
understand
makes
everything
sense.
now.
Yeah, I think I get it.
Well, I've fulfilled our bargain. I guess order, more like it. Next time, ask politely.
You see Zep just fade out.
Bye, Zep.
Air Eternals, right?
This whole time, Clarion's just been looking at the engine.
Yeah. You go over to it, smoke and fire is kind of rising up from it. The wind seems to have slowed everything down. Give me an aware roll now as you attempt to figure that out. Amos starts stalking across the deck, heading towards Roland. With 18, you can see that there is a fuel pump that is damaged and split. There's actually a fire that has occurred. You're going to need to actually take some time to repair this. Landing is probably a good idea.
I suggest we land as quickly as possible.
So Leife, from your position and from the instructions that you had before, there's a void port nearby that you could land at and potentially get some work done on the vessel. A town called Fort Mesa.
All right, everybody, aboard the Artemis.
Archimedes.
Wait, yes, I always mix up. Everybody aboard the Archimedes. I've set up a centralized gravity well. We'll be circling around for a bit. It looks like the only place that we can sit down here is Fort Mason.
Fort Mesa.
Mesa.
Like the, flat
Yeah,
mountainy rock things.
Fort Mesa. And good thing that. We're going to be sitting down somewhere.
That's where we landed and picked up Amos.
Amos, welcome back. Another tour.
Just as they're right behind Roland, ready to knock them out for grabbing B.
Roland, you turn, you see Amos with like one fist raised up.
They've actually got a cannon in their arms. Let's just
holding
take it
the
up to
whole
11.
cannon.
Amos,
And then just boom.
Roland like gently sets B down. Very
Thanks,
slowly.
Roland.
Oh, you're most welcome, ma'am.
Amos can't speak audibly. Amos can growl. Amos can snarl. And then Amos audibly says, "Don't ever do that again." And then promptly knocks Roland St. James, blessed be thy name, holy on high, follower of the way, the fuck out.
Well, you can
Alter
attempt
angle.
the roll if you'd like.
I would.
He swings a cannon at you, Roland, and you just alter angle it to what target? Because you have to choose a target nearby.
Let's
You've
see
got-
here.
B, you've got Zep, and you've got the navigation console.
Don't forget Carrot.
Carrot's not next to them right now.
Can I overload one and have it inexplicably bounce straight back into Amos's face?
Just using chaos? Certainly. Give me a
Sure,
magical
yeah,
roll.
let's do it.
Get higher
Can
than
I
a 5.
counter that cat?
You can't. That is an ability that he has. Oh, that is a 5. That's going to be chaos based on the attack, so it would be the cannon in his hand.
Wait, was that just, is it 5 or better passes that,
It
or
has
do
to
I
be
need to
higher
6?
than a 5. So 6.
Oh heck! Oh no! Well, here we are.
Okay.
Chaos it is.
I'm going to
Chaos
give you
it
chaos, and we'll see what happens. Roland, if you would please, do the honors. This is targeting the cannon, and I'll have to decipher what this roll is.
I just want to clarify it's the old cannon.
That's not so bad.
So, as you touch the cannon, intending to deflect the angle, instead, it begins spraying like magical rainbows everywhere that are just like paint all over the place, splattering across you and Amos in the front and B, the console. Everything
It's
is just
pretty.
coated in this like slime that's multicolored suddenly. Amos, you're standing there holding what used to be a cannon, is now a bunch of drippy, multicolored, very bright slime.
It's a good thing it's the old cannon then, and not the heavy ones that we just got.
Are my visual sensors malfunctioning, or did the entire ship just get covered in rainbows?
Isn't it beautiful, Clarion?
Oh, good. It's not just me.
It's also tasty. Look, right on side of Amos' leg.
Tastes like butter.
You won't believe what it is. What it is.
You won't believe it's.
Don't ever lay another hand on our navigator again like that, unless, of course, you want me to strike you down. Have I made myself clear?
Let me ask you something, my dear friend.
Oh no, we are not friends.
I meant that in the casual parlance. I'm sure that.
Oh no, I'm not being casual. I'm being very formal here.
There was only one way that situation was going to play out, and unfortunately, we needed someone else's help.
You still threatened a member of our navigation team.
Ma'am, did you feel threatened?
I mean, a little bit, but not that much. I mean, honestly, Amos, Red Iron threatened me more on a daily basis.
And I've almost thrown him out the brig, and I've thrown him in the brig.
That's true.
I'm not sure if you've noticed here, but I've got a low tolerance for nonsense, and I am swimming in it. So
You and I are
take
going
my
to have-
advice, and the next time you lay your hands on that girl, it better be with her consent, Father. Oh, get out of my sight.
That is a phrase I did not expect to hear on this channel.
Amos has serious dad energy. Kind of like Sep has serious wind energy. You know how it is. It's okay.
Oh God. I just
Zep
realized
also has serious dad energy in his own way. Honestly, if I'm being quite frank with
See
you.
the air
Kind of he
vibrate next
does,
to
yeah.
Beatrix.
More like windbag energy, am I right?
Got him.
Ah. Camster, yes, Amos can see Zep.
If I may reconcile with you, Amos, I'm terribly sorry that I acted rashly. However,
Don't be sorry. Be better.
Well,
Dismissed.
Dismissed.
Where is everybody? We are
we're
entering
we're-
the orbit of a planet.
The
We're on-
captain starts
we're-
calling for you all.
we're on the deck having a bit of a tiff, sir. I'll be at the navigation console because apparently I'm dismissed.
We can sort it out. I didn't dismiss you. Get to navigation now.
All right, we switch back over. Know who at this point you finished licking Amos's leg. Where do you head? What are you doing right now?
Oh, wait, I just remember. Oh, blue guy. Hey, come over here.
Yep.
I gotta show it to you. And I'll
Yep.
take him over to the engineering station and show him the finished armor. I call it the fortress. You know, it's big and tough and almost impenetrable, but clearly explodable for other people's, maybe, perhaps. We haven't really tested how much it explodes and how much it hurts others around it, but it can explode. Oh God, can it explode? And it has something even better. Now, I don't know who will like go over to the side, and it has like a little belt with a switch on it, and I'll flick it, and all of the armor will start to like compress into one tiny little. At the end, it's like a bracelet, like this, rather big enough for like me, like know who scholars. But instead, he hands over to Amos. Here, it's even portable, so you know you don't have to lug it around all the time.
Amos picks it up in their hands, looks at it, tries it on.
So you
They
go
just-
to activate it? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, they're going to put the bracelet on, but
Okay.
they don't put it on their arm. They put it around their ankle.
Okay.
Huh, that's a weird place to put it. I mean, you kind of have to like press it and hold it there for a second for it to interact. And oh yeah, it's also like voice lock, so you know nobody else can mess around with it. It has to be said in the following phrase. I am Amos and I'm DTF. That means that I'm Amos and I'm deploying tactical fortress.
I can't speak audibly, but that is awesome.
I'm Amos
Oh,
and I'm
no,
DTF.
don't worry.
Wait, it
Deploying
can read Lesren?
Tactical fortress.
Of course, that's part of the reason why it has to be like holding into the skin directly.
I am Amos and I am DTF. Click.
As you hit the button, suddenly there's a as this pieces of the armor start ratcheting up over your body, fully encasing you, and you can feel it vibrating with energy.
Don't forget the pose. Don't forget the pose.
The pulse?
Pose. Nice. Suddenly, Amos poses in his battle tank armor.
I'll throw like a mini pineapple grenade behind him just so that it makes the explosion effect.
Explosion happens behind him in the background. A bunch of scrap and tools go flying around the room. Ting.
that kind of was my last grenade, but I'll make some more. Just let me know, and we can strike fear into the heart of evil everywhere.
So let me get this straight. This explosion happens while we are still in the air trying to get down to port.
Yes.
Clarion
You're busy working on the
immediately-
engine right now, as a matter of
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah. Would someone please check out that explosion? I am very concerned.
Disregard. Minor operations error on my part. Situation is under control. There is no fire.
There was a
For a
weapon
man who
malfunction.
claims, for a Lesrin who claims not to truck with nonsense, you sure are causing a lot of it.
Hey, dads are nothing if not hypocritical.
Isn't that apparent?
Chaw.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached peak dad for the evening.
All right, so we move back to Clarion at this point, looking at the engine, recognizing that there's some fuel lines that are damaged. The only thing you can think to do is to clamp them off so they're not continuously spilling this stuff. There's no way to fix it while it's running. So give me a brains roll, and I believe you now have an advanced Tinker's toolkit, which you can use to help secure this successfully. While it is running, from the position that you're at, you need to get an 18 or higher to stop the fuel line from leaking. You could potentially damage it further, or find a better solution if you roll high enough.
And the advanced triggers toolbox gives me a +2?
+2, I believe, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, +2 to rolls using the kit. And you got a 25. With a 25, you're able to secure the line. And also, if you wanted to try, now there is a risk involved, but if you wanted to try, you could bypass the input that is on this, instead just taking the crimped ends of this line that you have, attaching a different line to it, and then resecuring it to the engine. If you mess up that, I mean, you're back to where you're at right now. But it's up to you if you want to.
I think that's better done on the ground.
Okay, so the engine turns off, just cuts out. With the 3 engines there, obviously the ship starts listing in a different direction, but with Zep's assistance, with the gravity well at the back of the ship, Alefe, you are able to now try to move it towards the dock. The smoke that is still rising from that engine obviously is causing a bit of concern for those down below that see your vessel just kind of coming in at random jaggy ways with a plume of smoke following it towards the ground. Go ahead and give me an agile roll again to try to set it down at dock as you approach.
Things are going all right, but I expected that. After all, we're sparrows.
Is this every landing, Captain?
Sparrows
Every
fly
single one.
free.
Sparrows fall free. So Lefe, with a 21, you expertly control this thing, swing it in like a kite on the breeze, and find your way down to an empty landing bay. You kind of take it rather than request permission to access because you don't have a lot of choice at this point. And as the vessel bumps down onto the ground and settles, and then the little detaching arms come out and brace it in place, you now find yourself on the surface of Myocenes, an Empire outpost attached to a rather large, bustling city outside. So
Overhead.
What do you say there, Captain?
Good landing, everybody. I was expecting such an easy landing.
It went pretty smoothly, didn't it, Lefe?
Certainly, I wasn't expecting it at all, honestly. But we did it, huh? And honestly, I painted something in the sky up there. See it? And there's in the smoke cloud of what he knew would come, there's a bird flying in the sky.
It's so pretty, Lefe. It's
Okay,
us.
I was expecting a piece of human anatomy.
Yeah, he creates a dick in the sky. That's what happens. No, yeah, you're good. So I will now share the map of Fort Mesa, and you have landed at the ground dock, which is right about here. So if you all have this image.
Whoa. Thank you and please.
So
That's a lot of souls to convert.
that's a
One at a
statement
time, baby.
right there. So you have made it to the ground once more, and Nohu, as the ship kind of bumps in and settles in place, and some of the tools and stuff clatter to the floor, and you finish putting out the fires that you started with the small grenade, and Amos finishes posing. You can help but wonder what your old crew is up to now that you're back.
Yeah. Do I have any recollections or guess as to how far away the ship is from Stockfoot?
Well, Fort Mesa is by airship only an hour or two away from Stuckfoot.
And by land?
By land, it's more like a day and a half. If you have a carriage. If you're walking, you're talking about like a week.
Ooh, by carriage a day, you said?
Yeah, about a day by carriage.
And by foot a week?
About a week by foot, yes.
All right, all right. Come on, everybody. Let me show you around. I'm kind of a bit of an expert on the surroundings. You just have to take care of the giant bugs that want to suck your blood, of the giant toads that want to eat you whole, of the giant slug that just, well, you don't want to know what they do to you, but really it's a great place. And this is the past or maybe the future of before or after I came here with my group. So maybe they're here or maybe they're gone, but it will be an adventure to find them. Stockfoot is like somewhere around there in like time in walking. So yeah, we can go there.
Certainly.
Should we find your map?
I have to find my map. I really miss it. I could show you so much better places from where I found them, but it's on my map, and I only have like slight recollection of some of them.
Hey, Ty.
Yes, sir.
You know how Amos can set up a sort of chat room inside of someone's skull mentally?
Yeah.
Let's say they had a mental image of the map. Could we jiggery pokery something?
So you want to take the image from Nohu's head of his mystical map and then find a way to reprint that out?
Basically.
We do have
So-
someone who's good at forgery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
B can draw with the crayons.
How many rolls of chaos do I need to make with that?
So I would say one application of chaos will potentially get you this information out of Nohu's head. Now you would be in Nohu's mind. Nohu, will you allow this? And two, Nohu, you'll have to recollect your own map with perfect accuracy.
Well, of course, Nohu will allow this. Now, whatever his mind will actually, cooperate is a different matter altogether. Can I use an application of chaos just to jumble Nohu's mind? Make it harder?
You absolutely can.
Bless
Go
you.
ahead.
All right,
Bless
so
you,
Amos, give us a magical roll. Get higher than a 5 to avoid chaos. Same thing for you, Nohu. Roll magical. Get higher than a 5 to avoid chaos. You're inside of your own brain. There's a 6. There's a 6. Those are 2 low rolls that are not going to actually provide you with the information that you're seeking. It's not chaos, but it's not what you're looking for. Amos is gonna go ahead and ace. And ooh, it was almost a 1. With a 12, you are able to enter into Nohu's mind and start digging around. Nohu, your application was enough only to cause a very minor amount of confusion. So you will now make a brains roll to remember your map as Amos tries to pull that information out of your head at -2.
Question, would a higher magical roll make it harder to...
Yes.
All right, I'll give it an ace then.
All right. That's chaos in your own
That's
head.
chaos!
He wanted it.
All right,
I feel like
sure.
he wanted this chaos in his own head.
No, never. No, let me roll. Let us see what we have in here.
All right, so what does Nohu do to his own brain?
I hope it's rainbows again.
All targets in the affected area have their legs and arms turned into tentacles instead for the next 24 hours. This is in your brain. So your brain becomes a mesh of tentacles. You see them coming out of Nohu's nose and out of his ears, and he just kind of slumps to the floor with his brain wiggling out of his sockets. Amos,
Oh no!
you tried to
It's the
project yourself
collective!
into his head, and that happened.
Oh no! Ty!
Hmm?
Ty! Ty, it's the collective! It's back with a vengeance!
It's back with a vengeance. Cthulhu. All over again.
Okay, at risk of falling into another character, I almost said Franco. Amos is going to casually walk down the whatever the hell it is, MCS or non-Euclidean hallways of Know Who's Mind, sit down on a barrel and using a quill from a frog is going to write in barbecue sauce on the back end of a tire cap, the map.
So you're going to attempt to create a map out of the Cthulian squid mind of Nohu. Got it. Nohu, you have to roll brains just to see how much of this map is remembered in this moment. And Amos, you have to roll aware. No. You have to roll charming to try to convince this brain to give up the information.
I mean, good-hearted soul, I get a plus...
Plus 2? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna add 2. Then I'm gonna roll charming. We need that map.
All right.
We need. I'm gonna re-roll that.
All right. Here comes an ace again. Using up all these aces on the brain rolls. Got it.
I mean, we need to find that other group fast. We need to find Nova. Well, they don't know it was Nova.
True. 15. Look at that. With Nohu's rolls, you start seeing like little beetles crawling around, carrying little fragments of the map all over the place.
I'm gonna collect all the beetles.
This is gonna take a little while. We move back up to Clarion, up on the deck. So the ship has landed, the engines have cut down, the heat is starting to dissipate, and the captain is standing there. Roland's at the front of the deck with B. Nohu and Amos are downstairs doing God knows what. Amos, you got an ace from Annika.
Thank you.
Clarion immediately, as soon as the engine is cool enough to touch, will replace the tubing on the broken engine.
All right, so go ahead and spend 5 scrap. Roll brains, get higher than a 12, and you will replace it without problems.
How much scrap did we have in engineering?
In engineering, do you have that listed at the moment, Nohu?
No, you never told me.
Ah, yes.
I think that information.
It was a
died with
lot. Red
Iron.
Iron was a big old scrap hound.
Yup. You have 215 scrap, I believe, in the that room. It's all low grade, but you got it.
250.
215, yes. Plus 1 Clarion to your next roll.
Oh, thanks. Okay, and this is also advanced tinkering.
Yes. 21. Excellent. So you are able to use your tools, use your scrap, and fix this damaged engine, replacing the appropriate tubing and repairing gaskets and seals. And it's good as new. So Clarion finishes that up. Leifei, after landing, what are you currently doing?
All right, crew. He moves over to the front of the deck. What is it? Not the port. What is the right side of the ship?
The right side is port and left side starboard.
Okay, thank you.
No, it's the
Strike
other
that
way.
It is the other way
reverse.
around.
The other way.
Yes. Sorry.
Port is left, starboard's right.
Yes. Port is left, starboard is right.
All right. He hits starboard, runs up to it in a pacing manner as he rides his skateboard up there, kicks over the long plank, runs it down. All right, everybody, we hit Myosinus. Ugh, long stretch. We finally made it.
You hear the comms crackling in the distance, and there's an alarm note or a notification blinking. Someone's trying to connect to your ship.
Ting ting.
You go over and you have to stand at the
Yeah.
console.
He
So
goes
you walk
over.
back over there, and then you hear,
Excuse me, this is the Port Authority. You happen to be parked in a position that's reserved for a merchant vessel. You don't belong here. I do know that you made a bit of a rough landing, but
Yeah, we did emerge.
can we have you move to the port 2 dockets to the left?
No.
Yes,
You-
actually, Lefe, we can at this moment.
You can't say no. We have this docket reserved. This is for a merchant vessel.
For us.
You're... Okay, what is your ship's name, sir?
Archimedes.
Um,
Grandfather, if you need it.
I don't see anything like grandfather. Archimedes is shown as a mercenary vessel.
No. Are you sure?
Yes, that was the paperwork they sent in.
Who's they?
Well, the peacekeepers that are providing the blockade.
Of course the peacekeepers send that. Yeah, I know. The peacekeepers send that. And you know that too. Come on.
Well, yes, of course. That's exactly what I know. I just said that.
Well, yeah, the peacekeepers send that.
They did. They said that you're the mercenary vessel. You're not a merchant ship.
Yeah. Listen, I understand. Are you new?
No, I'm not new. What are you talking about?
Well, then you understand. The triplicate is a proper standing. I understand. Peacekeepers, Empire soldiers.
Are you trying to ramble me into accepting you parking there?
What?
Yes.
Can Roland step in here just like in the background?
as you step behind the captain, you can hear the sounds coming over the radio. What do you say?
Listen to me, Lefe. I say to you, if we do not offload this cargo right now, it is going to be your head and not mine.
You
Who's
hear that? Well, that's the cargo engineer.
Cargo engineer?
The cargo bay engine. All right. And Lefe says this in all the circumstance of saying this to somebody that he thinks is new.
Can I speak to your cargo engineer?
You could. Do you want to?
That's why I asked.
You don't want to, and that's why I'm going to say this to you right now.
I don't. Why don't I want to?
We are docking here right now.
Now this is getting really confusing.
Why don't you give me a charming roll as you attempt to get this individual just to kind of give up on you?
Do I get to throw the assist?
Yes, you can.
Clarion just walks by and says sotto voce, or softly, we could move if we needed to, Captain.
I don't think he wants to, Clarion.
So Lefe gets 6.
I
Roland
do.
gets an 11. An 11 doesn't provide any benefit. The opponent got an 8, so you are currently going to lose this argument.
I will.
You hear the statement.
Now look, I don't know who you are, but I do know that the Archimedes, registered as a mercenary vessel, is not supposed to be at this location and needs to move over 2 spaces. If you can't do that, I'm gonna have to get the authorities in here, and you're not gonna like how that turns out.
Fine. We'll move over 2 spaces. Will that leave us alone?
Well, yes, that's exactly what I want from you. So thank you for the cooperation.
All right. And will this be the last time that you send anybody? Come. God.
Yes, We will not
Thank
send...
you.
Yeah, that's fine. What? Yeah.
Thank you, Override.
And Leifei has now secured your position in the other dock without anybody coming to ask any additional questions. So now that you know you need to move the ship over, how do you relay that information, Captain?
All right, Roland. Can we move up?
Aren't you the helmsman too, Captain?
I am. In navigations. Was somebody said to you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, navigation says over that way.
Two spaces.
It's Captain, I don't mean to be insubordinate, but that was a weird argument over two spaces. I'm just saying it out loud.
All right, Leifei, give us an agile roll as you drive the ship 2 spaces over. Excellent. Very well done. The engines kick back on. Clarion, from where you're standing at, you can see that this thing is operating appropriately now. And Leifei lifts the vessel up, moves it over about 30 feet, puts it back down.
Please do a sick kickflip with the ship.
Just
You
spin
could
it
totally
over.
do this the whole time.
Oh, God.
Peak landing, Captain. Perfect 4-point landing. Very impressed with you.
As you land in that position, Leifei, now that you have a brief moment's peace and everybody's prepared to do what it is that they do, give me a aware roll.
Oh, I can certainly do that. I could never do that improperly. Is this listening based?
This is not listening based.
Thank
16.
you. Blessed be the gods.
You feel it. The heartbeat, the rhythm, the twin to your Ion Stone is somewhere to the northeast of you. You can tell that it's not that far away.
Like very, very, like a couple blocks away, close.
No, more like 20 miles.
Modest. A couple days trek, but modest.
Unless you want to fly there.
No, I've parked my ship.
So we now move from here. B, what are you up to at the moment? You've been watching all of this happening, but you have landed. And Zep is there, standing beside you, and he goes,
I'm glad we have made it. Yet again, another successful Sparrows venture.
It's really the best you can hope for, Zep. We all survived, and now we're here.
True. We are here now. I sense Sylvia's presence again, though.
Where is she?
She's east of us. I can't tell how far. She's clouding my senses in some way, shielding themselves.
I promised the Admiral that we'd finish slaying her, so we have to do that while we're here.
That stone that we're seeking. She has it.
That's not good.
No, I don't think
I
so.
wonder if Leifei can see that stone. He kind of saw the one that he has now.
That's true. You should ask.
Captain!
Yo, what's up, mate? First mate.
I like that.
that was adorable.
First mate B.
Yeah.
First mate B.
It works. It just rolls off the tongue. First mate B. Anyway, Zep says the stone's here somewhere, but Sylvia has it?
Yeah.
Can you tell where the stone is?
Not most certainly, but I can tell it's somewhere nearby.
Somewhere to the east.
I think that we need to go find it. And I think we need to finish slaying Sylvia so that we can report to the Admiral that we saw a Syl and slayed this Syl. And then you can have the stone. If Zep can like touch it for just a few minutes before giving it over, that would be awesome.
All right, why does he want to do that?
I don't know. He touched your current stone too. He just really likes it.
Leifei you begin to wonder if that's the reason why the stone's powers have been diminished.
Push that away. That's a clouded thought. It's a clouded thought.
I don't want to deal with that. That's just gonna go somewhere else. So while the two of you are speaking, Roland, you're standing there on the deck, and you start to get a little more of that feeling as you look around on the from the deck of the ship, seeing all the crowds of people walking. You start to notice a very distinct separation between individuals in the street. Many of the individuals dressed up in Empire regal finery and whatnot are creating these wide berths around these more bedraggled, disheveled individuals, not unlike what you've seen when you lived on Avalon. But this is distinctly tall people versus not tall people. You're seeing halflings out in the streets begging. You're seeing Skixen surrounding them and trying to support them and being served into, or forced into positions of servitude. Just standing there, you can see that, and you can feel in the air a storm brewing.
Yeah, may I ask you something?
Yeah.
Roland is like staring off into the distance, like looking at the city. He's got like the 1,000-yard stare going on. Like, what exactly is our purpose here? From your perspective, of course.
We found a stone relevant to my family. And that's what we're doing here.
Does this stone have anything to do with destabilizing the existing hierarchy of this planet?
It doesn't. And that's the problem.
And now I'm just asking to ask,
Go ahead.
but could it?
It couldn't. I don't think.
I mean, if you were king, it could.
I was king of what?
I don't know, like everything.
Everything. Maybe if I was some sort of god ruling over everything.
I mean,
But
if you have all of the stones and like the sword, you could be kind of.
in a way, I could
And
be if
something that would help.
he could. If I had all the power in the world.
Captain, are we seeking these stones as part of a larger acquisition of power for your own person?
Not for my person.
Layface not that way.
Then whose?
That's who we know and who asked for the price.
Y'all going to sell them?
September, we're pirates.
Third rule.
At that moment, as you're standing there, you hear a shout from the side. Excuse me, did I hear something about wealth?
Sir.
So, do you step over to the side of the ship to see who's speaking? Yes, I'm talking to you, Captain. You or Roland. Either one. You're currently standing there.
I keep pointing myself as if
Roland is not going to do it. He's going to instead use his action to judge Leifei.
You see judgment cast upon you.
Leifei walks up to the edge of the ship.
Maybe. So you walk over to the edge of the ship. Gangplank's there. It's not currently down. And you see a young noblewoman in rather dirty clothes that were probably fine at one point or another, with what looks like an outer clan servant beside them. And she looks up at you. Excuse me, sir. I would like to have a discussion with you, please. It's very important.
What was that?
Well, there's a lot of people's lives in danger, and personally, I just need passage somewhere very quickly. And I'm offering something of great value.
How many lives? How much danger? And what are you offering?
Do you see the city around us? How many people do you think fit here? Looking around at random, Leifei, you would estimate probably a couple thousand people.
Maybe 4,000.
All of them.
And more, I likely guess.
Well, yes. There's a lot at stake, and we have this to trade. And you see her like turn to the dwarf nearby, who hands her what looks like a rapier of some kind. As she lifts it up, you can see the telltale sign of mithril. It seems like it's made entirely out of it.
Amos.
Amos is downstairs at the moment.
Clarion.
Clarion is nearby.
Clarion went below decks to talk to Nohu.
Right, Clarion's down. You've got Roland and B. That's it.
B is right behind
He's
Leifei,
like-
kind of peeking us round.
You see a pretty
B?
lady and kind of a handsome-looking yet disheveled dwarf.
Would you send on the ramp? Maybe.
Yeah, I kind of like them. I kind of like them, kind of like the way I liked you when I first met you.
Alright, don't get sappy with me.
Yeah, that's true. You met Leifei on Myosinus. That's where he came from.
Yep.
So do you let the ramp down for him? Is that what I'm hearing? The ramp comes
Yeah,
down. You see them both just, thank you so much. And they start walking up the deck towards you. The dwarven man beside you goes, you have no idea how much this means to us.
I'm sure you'll tell us. By the way, my name's B. Welcome to our ship. I'm the first mate.
You are a little thing that you are. I'm sure you make a great first mate, the dwarf says.
I think so. I'm only trying it on right now, just like Leifei's only trying on the captain hat, but he's a pretty good captain. Don't tell him I said that.
You see the noblewoman turn and look over at the dwarf and like elbow him. I'm sure these guys wants to do this. I mean, they just don't have any idea what they're doing. They sound like they are both new to the job. I mean,
I've been on this ship for at least 30 years. You don't have to worry about it.
30 years.
At least.
Of course you have been, little girl, and the dwarf like pats you on the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the rub of it. We need to travel east to this location, and they bring up a little map and hand it to you. This disheveled and worn out map that you see in your hands looks like, I don't know, it could have been drawn by a child.
It looks kind of like one of my maps.
Well, it did come from a kobold, so.
Wait. Is this
Oh,
Nohu's
sick
map?
burn.
How do you know that name? Nohu? How do you know Nohu?
He's downstairs.
They both look at each other. And they walk off to go find him. The dwarf turns back and goes, "Thank you very much, miss," and grabs the map from your hands and then heads downstairs with it.
Leifei, I think they're asking us to go after Sylvia. They just don't know it.
Good chance, yeah.
The
Or they
path
could be
leads
asking us to
east
go on
there.
some-
That's-
No, please. September.
The path leads east, sir. That much is plain.
And so does Nohu's map.
Then east is as east be.
Okay, what is the deal with Nohu? Is he actually from the future, or how's that all come together?
He's not even sure, honestly.
Now everybody's uncertain. We've always been trying to figure it out. This whole couple weeks, it's been a whole trip of trying to figure it out with Nohu. Is a trip.
Carrot's
Wait,
going to
he-
be Nohu, and then Nohu's going to be Red Iron, and then Red Iron is going to sacrifice himself after meeting Nohu.
Actually, the most important thing is that y'all. He's only been here for 2 weeks. Your capacity for forgiveness is unbelievable.
That is true.
That's certain.
We'll
So-
see
certain.
about that.
He's part of the crew.
We move back down below deck at this point as Tentacle Brain and Amos see each other staring face to face. These little tentacle tendrils are like whipping out and kind of like flipping fingers basically over at Amos.
No. If anything, they've been trying to pull Nohu's body, leaving a trail of, brain juices as they've been
They're
trying
like
to
sliding.
climb on top of Amos, see if they can get inside one of his ears.
As Amos
The
is
armor
staring
is
there
fully
blank
deployed.
faced, trying to. The armor is fully deployed. That is true. So he's just
In Nohu's
slurping
brain,
around.
he knows where to get inside into little cracks.
Amos,
Oh, I swear to God.
you piece together what you can of this image in your head, and now you need to draw it outside. So go ahead and give me an aware roll. And you like grab a quill and a piece of paper as Nohu slurms across your skull and goes down over your shoulder. Let's see if you're able to recreate the map.
I
Nat 20! Okay, Amos, we find out you're a cartographer, giving you +2 to all rolls to draw maps out in the future. Or do you accurately replace parts of this map that Nohu never quite wrote in correctly in the past that might lead to loot eventually?
Well, obviously, it had to be the first one because Nohu is never wrong.
Oh. Is Amos a cartographer, or do we get paid? Oh God. Ah! Audience, help me out here.
Give me some of that brain juice. Some of that.
Nohu brain, knock it off. Bad Nohu brain. Bad.
I guess we're getting paid. We find loot.
All right, so you put this map back together, and some of it that was a little indecipherable, maybe it had some like stains on it of mysterious origin or whatnot in his map, have now been fixed to the point where they were at before, when they were pristine and clean. And as you finish that up, Nohu, your brain turns and sees your map. You have a chance to overcome your own disability. Give me a magical roll.
Wait, what?
13. For a brief moment, Nohu, you're yourself again when you see your map. Snort it back up your nose.
Ah, why? Is that my map? But wait, that's way too small. Well, mine was like super big, like really, really big. But did you find it? Did you copy it?
Amos standing there in the engine room with a piece of charcoal written into a tin for crackers. Very detailed.
Very tiny map, but very detailed tiny map.
And then Amos' full armor is just going to...
What was that?
I don't remember having used a tin can before for the map. It's very edible. I don't usually use map with things that are edible.
The mandible opens, revealing several rows of Lesrin teeth and a tongue that just waves in the air before Amos turns and pursues Clarion.
Goes up the stairs a little bit. Clarion walks down in her attempt to go find Nohu. So you run into Amos first.
Well, a question: if I was trying to climb on top of Amos, wouldn't he just like
You just
brought me along?
Yeah, I guess both of you were there because you're on his shoulders right now. As you just walked around the corner, you see Nohu riding Amos. Amos covered in a slick, glistening fluid. You don't know what it is.
Boy, it's really
asks-
hot down there. Really gets you really sweaty and all that. Woof. Oh, hi, robot
Uh,
lady.
Clarion runs a scan on Nohu.
You can tell that Nohu's brain is acting abnormally.
Which is pretty normal for Nohu, so
I mean, yes, but also no. Because I did give him a physical. Yeah. I was going to ask if this, and she brandishes the wrench that was stuck in the engine, belonged to you, but I think we have more pressing concerns.
Oh, like
Claire.
what?
Clarion, I have been upgraded. I have a map for you.
Hands you a tin of crackers.
Please scan the map. It is in very fine detail and possibly perishable. Please hurry. This creature has tried to crawl inside of my brain. I do not consent to this sort of thing. Ah.
Clarion will attempt to commit the map to memory.
Give me a simple aware roll, and we'll see if you're able to just store it away. It is kind of tiny, but you have memorized worse than this before. Doctor's scrawl and all of that. So, locked away. And at that moment, you hear people's footsteps coming down the stairs behind you.
Unidentified individuals. You are trespassing. Please release all weapons. You have 10 seconds to comply.
As they both stand there, they go, "Who are you?" "Nohu, it is you!" "Nohu, you see Clay standing on the stairs with some random noblewoman."
You have
Hello, future or past companions. But I think you must be future since you know who I am now. It is I, Nohu. I brought pirates with me. Huzzah!
"No, it's really surprising to see you here. I have your map." You see him you see Clay hold up your actual map.
All right. I like, you know how when you take you peel off some scotch tape out of some surfaces and it's like
You see
yeah
like the
like,
sticky strings attaching to Nohu as he slides off the armor of Amos and comes down to the ground.
and head straight over to, I believe it's Clay who has the
Yes.
map then.
no.
And,
Please introduce us.
You see the other one standing there goes, "Nohu,
I am Nohu. This is my map. Look at it. It's amazing.
believe
Isn't
it or
it?
not, Nohu, I missed you," the other person says that you've never seen before.
Yeah, I know. Everybody likes me. You so and so. Mwah. Hey, hey, Clay.
Clay goes, "I thought you had been incinerated. Kaizen said that you had just disintegrated."
Yeah, I got better.
"Oh. Not the worst thing I've heard or seen in recent times, so I suppose that's perfectly all fine. That's fine, that's right. That's perfect, that's okay."
Please identify. You have 3 seconds to comply.
"I'm Clay, no last name." And the other person goes, "I'm Kiara, no last name.
What? No.
And we're here to... We paid for a trip. We want to be transported off to the east. Our friends are in danger there. People in this city are in danger and are likely about to be melted from the inside, and we want to stop that."
Please stand by. Amos removes the helmet. Oh god, I wasn't able to think in that thing. Oh. So, let me get this straight. Millions of lives are at risk. We're going east, and I don't even know why.
Well, there's an old lab or something that they wanted to go there. Kaizen said that he ran into some robot defenders. But that's...
Do they give a name?
The robot defenders? Did they give a name?
Did they give a name?
Well, they said they were SIL technology.
Did they mention any names?
Names
That's what I want to know.
For whom? For what?
Amos.
Amos
No.
gives the dwarf a look like, you know what I'm talking about.
Kaizen said he met someone named Sylvia.
Amos instantly faces them. Well, I guess we're working together now.
Oh, good. Is there a place we can rest our laurels? It's been a very long day.
Sure, you can have my bunk. Don't go through my stuff.
No.
Does Amos know these people?
No, you've never seen him before in your life.
Amos is definitely going to keep an eye on them.
They go to rest. And,
Security officer, if I might suggest, they may have the beds in medbay.
All right. All right.
I
Forgot
keep my
that.
personal effects locked.
Oh, and we were in a hurry, the woman says. And she hands over to Amos. This is our payment, and hands you a mithril rapier. Probably worth a couple thousand silver.
Amos twirls it, and in a semi-elven stance, draws it, and then puts it away.
It is incredibly capable. It's very lightweight. It's made almost entirely of mithril.
So, update, you're moving to Medbay. You will be stopping by our medic, Clarion, and you will be discussing the situation. Ma'am. You, sir, we're going to have a talk about what we will be facing out there. And Amos sets up a mental coffee meet for them.
All right, you two speak. We go back up to the deck. So they have paid for a trip out east. Roland, you're up there with Lefe and B at the moment. What are you all talking about as they've all gone down below deck?
So I was thinking about a game of pool later.
You all have a pool table?
Yeah, we
Of course,
saved it
yeah.
off a mining facility.
Hold on. I do apologize for the drop in decorum. This was not previously mentioned.
Oh, it's bolted to the deck down below.
Do you want to see it?
You'll pardon me, I haven't had much opportunity to go down to the deck below. Do you mean to tell me that you have a fully functional pool table aboard this vessel?
Yeah,
Absolutely fully
we
functional.
rebuilt it.
Oh, praise the path. I know that I am in the right place. I tell you
That's
this,
what does it
true
for
as
you.
I am. This is where I belong. I suppose that I'll get the opportunity to inspect them for myself. But just how are the queues? How's the balance? Are they
I mean, they're pretty good. We didn't use them to pretend they were swords or anything, so they should be fine.
Well, that's good. Generally, if you happen to sword fight with your pool cues, it throws them, creates a curvature, and that becomes a problem.
Yeah, Collins and I definitely didn't do that then.
Well, I'm glad to hear it, ma'am. I suppose if there's no great sense of urgency by your leave, Captain, that I might be, so inclined, as it were to speak, insofar as to say I could be potentially interested in myself and whosoever else in perchance on the offhand that one would be interested,
Again?
in fact, that would be
He seems very excited, Lefe.
We're docked. Let's do it.
I could do a game of pool, absolutely, sir.
So the two of you head down below to play a game of pool. Give me a high or
we've
low,
got
Benjamin.
pool. Right here on the Archimedes.
High or low?
It starts with a P and then
High or
rhymes
low?
with T, and that stands
Here
for
we go.
trouble.
Here we go. We're on the path. Heads is high, tails is low. High.
All right. You get a pool cue, and it is perfectly straight. Lefe, high or
Rolling
low?
like
Low.
You get a pool cue, and it is like a banana.
Perfectly curved.
We see the two of you begin playing a game of pool and doing what you're doing at the moment. Clarion, you go up to medical with the young woman, and Amos is with Clay down below. Nohu, where do you go at the moment?
Oh, well, I'll stick with Clay since he's the one I recognize.
Right.
Constantly pestering him. That's not really Kiara. I mean, like Kiara was like bigger, slender, meaner, definitely meaner.
It was awful. It was awful. You know, her girlfriend forced her into somebody else's body.
You can do that?
Yeah, apparently. Completely took out a rival that she happened to have the hots for or something as well. It was awful. Don't even.
Oh man, do you think that's going to happen to me? Because before, like 3 weeks or so, there was this really, really big goblin, and he was red like me, and he had metal things like me, and
Hold
he
up.
was
Mr. No last name given.
Yeah.
If you, I got the pronouns right, correct?
Yes, of course.
Tell me, who is this rival killer you mentioned?
Oh, I mean, it's probably nobody you know. It's someone from Avalon.
I know a lot of people from Avalon.
No. House Leon? Aurora?
Fuck. Amos stands up and walks over to his pile of stuff, their pile of stuff, picks up a mask and sets it down. Wore this?
Yeah, how'd you get that mask?
We killed her.
You
Blew her
killed
up.
the...
Yeah, I did it. I did it.
don't know
I
how
will
to
do
feel
it.
about this. I'm not certain this is a good or a bad...
It's
don't
pretty bad.
promise me this. Don't tell Kiara right now, okay?
You tell her.
I will tell her on my own good time, yes.
You will. Looks to know who.
Oh yeah, I can do it right now. Here.
No,
I'll
who?
Yeah!
Not right now.
But just
No.
So, Kiara upstairs goes into the room with Clarion. Now, why are we in here?
I'm not entirely clear. The security officer did not give me a succinct explanation.
So you have a security officer that doesn't communicate the information that he wants you to do. You have a first mate that is a child, and you happen to have a captain who's is just brand new captain, never been captain.
That about sums it up, yes.
Ty?
Yes, sir.
Clarion gets a text right about now, mental text. Check her for injuries. They mentioned a surgery. Do not mention the painted lion. It could traumatize her.
Clarion will return and acknowledged.
All right.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up emoji for Lesrin telepath.
Yup. All right. So what do you do at this point? She stands up and she goes, "Look, we can't be wasting time. We need to take care of. We need to get to our friends right away. And I don't know.
You appear injured.
I mean, lightly, I guess. We've gotten a few fights recently, but it's not important. What's important now is getting back to our friends and stopping the disaster that's gonna happen here."
Well, I can see the logic there. However, my orders are to make sure that you are of sound body.
Okay. You give her a physical once over. You do a bit of scanning, and you determine some of her skeletal figure, skeleture, isn't right, as in it doesn't belong in the body it's in. There's segments of the spine that have been grafted into another one. There is signs of biodegradation where like there was a bit of necrosis happening in some of the tissues that has been edged away and healed. So you would say that someone replaced her body with somebody else's, probably a cadaver.
Ah, that is an extreme surgery.
Well, it's an extreme surgery. Yeah.
I apologize that you had to go through that. I imagine it was traumatic.
Very much so, but can we not focus on me right now, okay? I need to talk to your captain, and we need to get going.
Of course. And Clarion will escort her.
So, she, like, walks around the ship with you, goes on the deck, heads downstairs, trying to... Where could he be? To the sound of a pool game in session, where Roland is handily beating Leifei.
Leifei is being clapped right now. She's got 8 on the board. Roland's got 1.
There
You
go.
see, Brother Leifei, it's not about the shot that you're taking now, crack. It's about thinking 2 to 3 shots ahead, crack, crack. It's just like, it is, it is like hustler scene going on in there.
Roland just runs it.
So,
I see.
the young lady comes down and goes, "Excuse me, not to be a bother, but can we be on our way, please? This is a life or
can
death
be.
situation.
What kind of life? What kind of death?
Thousands of
Crack.
people. You said 4,000 yourself. There's an agent here. There's an operating group called the Vincier. They are a Skixen, rebellious faction that is intending on releasing a weapon of mass destruction in this city that we're trying to find an antidote for. We need that assistance. I need to get to my friends to make sure it happens."
The white ball misses a cracked 13. I see. Well, we can be on our way in a second. We'll finish this game.
Tell you what. If I win this game at this table with the two of you, we go right now.
Who are you taking?
Both of you.
Both of
Captain.
us.
Captain, by my leave, if she wins, that's the path regardless.
I'll take your leave.
This individual starts off slow, giving you a bit of false confidence before cleaning up the table so hard you wonder if this isn't a professional pool table player, billiards player. Can we go now?
Yeah, we can go. Your name?
Kiara.
Kiara, was it?
Yeah.
You've thought about being Sparrow?
Sparrow? You mean the pirate organization?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crossed my mind.
Well, head across a couple more times.
Hmm.
Sparrows fly free, even over mines.
So we see everybody loading up on the ship. We see everybody moving into positions back to their stations on the vessel as it lifts up into the sky and starts heading out east as quickly as possible. With the notations on the map, with the individuals there at the helm assisting, you're making good progress as a storm rises up from the ground. Roland, you feel like this storm is unnatural. You're not entirely certain why. But as you're standing there navigating with Bee's assistance, there is definitely something out of place. As you're standing on the deck, Amos, and watching everybody there and making sure that you're making good headway, the rain starts pouring in very rapidly. This world is known for that, of course, which isn't a big deal. But as the storm clouds become darker and darker and darker around you, almost putting everything in a twilight hue, lightning starts striking in various directions all around the ship. The blasts are loud and heavy, the claps of thunder, the ship itself shakes and rolls. Leifei asks to grab a hold of the steering wheel multiple times and hold on for dear life as the vessel starts tumbling to and fro. And as a blast of lightning strikes across the ship, shattering the wood, Clarion and Amos are blasted from the edges into the void, into the sky. And rising up from beneath the ship is a massive mechanical figure, surrounded by small objects extending from its body that launch out towards your vessel. And with that, tonight's episode has concluded, to be continued in 2 weeks, Friday after next, with a crossover event and with some culminations leading towards the finale of Season 1. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. And we're going to go around the table. We're going to say what our thoughts were about tonight's episode and give us some socials and that kind of thing, if you would. We'll do this at random, like usual, starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be you, TT Benjamin. You were up first.
Hey everybody, I'm TT Benjamin. You can find me on Twitter at TTBenjamin1. I'm the host and Dungeon Master of the Lawful Great Adventures podcast, a Pathfinder First Edition podcast about 4 friends on a long journey home. Please check it out. We are currently between campaigns, launching Campaign 2 in January, which means you have plenty of time to catch up on all 68 in-canon episodes of Lawful Great Adventures plus bonus content. And I happen to be playing the Reverend Parson Roland St. James September, which is a very, very fun part for me. Yes, thank you, Azzetadine. I got it. I would not have done that if I hadn't have seen you telling me to take a breath. I liked this session. I laughed. I cried. It was cool meeting the Admiral, who the only other memory I have of the Admiral was in our first session. He gave everybody aces, which, like, you know, that means he's a good person. Giving people aces makes you a good person inherently. It's in the Bible. I don't know. I just thought it was good. I thought there was a lot of really cool character stuff going on. Just like a lot of really neat interactions. I really enjoyed it. It was good times.
Well, excellent. Glad to hear you enjoyed it. Moving right along from there, we go to Kai. And Fray, your turn.
What? Me immediately? So immediately, second person? Okay.
You could go the other way.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Okay, I guess we're going the other way. Nora, you're up.
I'm just really, really glad that the Sky Kraken sill thing is not a giant red iron, because I think that would haunt me and Clarion both.
It's not a giant red iron.
Yet.
So far.
Maybe one day.
And I've just cursed us. Hi, I'm Nora, aka Azzetadine, and I like to remind our drama queen to take breaths. And you can find me on the Cornfields and Kobolds podcast, where we are gearing up to take on the dragon queen of evil dragons herself, Tiamat, and wrapping up loose ends and plot threads. And also on our off weeks, you can find me playing Avery, a very depressed being, struggling with their newfound weird abilities in Misguided Souls.
And next Thursday.
Next Thursday, in fact. And I will be happy to see everyone there in the audience. Anything else you need from me?
No, that's good.
Thumbs
Jackal.
up, liked it.
Jackal, your turn. What are your thoughts about today's episode?
Well, we're in for it, folks. I've said that a total of 8 times throughout my time as the field reporter for Roll for Chaos, Roll Charisma. I have never meant it more than I mean it now. I'm Jackal, Mac Jackal Ranger. Mac, if I'm in trouble. I play Amos Descendi, the Bulwark, the Dad, the... clearly heavily armored, powered Ranger.
You're a Megazord all by yourself.
Oh yeah, I even got
Mecha Amos.
Mecha
Don't
Amos.
forget your lines.
All right. You gotta remember those lines for every time you're summoning the armor.
I gotta do it every time?
Yep, to summon it.
Oh. Yeah, I also play a little bit of streaming every now and again if work permits. Yeah. we're playing some Tormented Souls. It's a good game. You should stop in. 10, 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. I've taken too much. Jackal out.
All right, thanks, Jackal. Stradville, you're up.
Hey everybody, I'm Straffel playing as Nohu the Adventurer, the Kobold Adventurer. Now possibly returning back to the other group. Who knows? We are already on my Mycenae, so maybe not. We'll see what the future has for us. As for the favorite part of this game, I think the first half of the game was the one where everybody really, outgrew themselves. They really proved what they could do in the chops of their characters, and it's something that will really make me proud from here on out.
And speaking of Nohu and other characters, the other's crew said, all he has to do, all that they have to do, all you all have to do, is just put Nohu down in between the two of you and step away a little bit, and then just start calling to him and seeing which one of you he goes to.
Clearly, us. We're his
I'll-
future.
I'll allow like keys and shiny things and like one of those
Just
glittery.
jingle them
I
a
mean-
little bit.
I mean, alternate reality with where corgis on Mycenae. Come here, boy.
All right, and from here we'll move on over to Gwen. Your turn, Beatrix.
Hello. Yes, I am Gwen McSherry. You normally see me over there in chat, modding it up. On Fridays, I'm here playing B, who is a psychotic being whom I love playing. And Tuesdays, you can find me with my wonderful partner, Doyle, giving a little news or asking questions on Roll Charisma. My favorite part of tonight, there are too many to enumerate. But top three, getting to play with Sinan as Cal was brilliant. Getting to watch the Amos Nohu Cthulhu brain, brilliant. And watching Roland realize that there was a pool table. Brilliant.
That was a good one. All right, Kai, you are up again. This time last.
I've taken this role, the last role, as composed to the second role, a bad role.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Kai Roche. I play Life Ariane. I'm a badass elf pirate, and I play a kick-ass elf pirate. No questions, no concerns. I play pool. That's all I do.
That's all you do. So
After all,
this image that you have on the screen before you is your fault because you wanted to fight a space kraken.
oh, did I? Well, we will. Don't worry, we'll defeat it in time. But now is not the time. For now, we're defeating civil unrest, calms, quarries, concerns, and we will. We're only pirates in a singular, concerned world. We'll help them.
You'll help them. Aw. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for watching tonight. Hope you've enjoyed yourselves. Remember to stop by tomorrow, where Robbie Rolling over there is going to be running The Unremarkables at 4 Pacific Time, 6 Central, 7 Eastern, if we want to do all of the time zones and be edgy like that. But thank you very much for watching. I really need to go right away. So I will see you all later. Good night.
See you next time, gang.